but it's going to be a different one. It's about this Fender trademark copyright infringement thing that's been going on in Europe. I guess this is also part of the journey, so welcome back to Cat's Music Journey, where I share with you stuff that I figure out on my journey to discovering the electric guitar. And it's funny I should say that, because this is about the electric guitar. By the time this comes out, probably you've heard all the reactions of every major guitar YouTuber about this letter that Fender has been sending out to manufacturers and retailers of Strat-style guitars. This is personal for me because I'm a Strat guy. I've said this in videos. You've seen me playing. If you've watched the channel before, you've seen me playing a bunch of Strats over the years. There's 3 Strats right now here. If this is the first time you've heard about this, there's been a lawsuit in Germany. I'm recording this in Denmark. I live in Denmark, so we're very much affected by this. I'm not going to get into the details of that. It doesn't even matter. I'm coming at this as a fanboy. Like, dude, I have been playing Strats since I first picked up an electric. This, to me, has been the electric guitar. There's 3 Strats on this wall. I had at least 4 before these 3. This is the first one that I got, and it's something that was made in 95. Yeah, it says Essex on the headstock. All of it was to finally lead me to make this one. I'm coming at this from the perspective of a loyal brand admirer. And this is what I want to get to. Brand loyalty. I'm going to play the devil's advocate later in this video to just, present 2 sides of the argument. These guitars are there because I wanted to get a Fender. My purple Strat, which I love, and a lot of people compliment me on, and it fits my hand and everything. This exists because I wanted it to be purple with gold hardware, and I wanted it to say Fender on the headstock. Yeah? Fender, not something else. This ended up costing probably a lot more than, getting a Strat and getting it repainted in this purple. The black Strat, even if it says this on the headstock, the only reason that this headstock is still here is because when I got it, it had this wear on it. It had all this. It had been played, man. And this is like, who am I to ruin this? I'll take it. I'll bring its journey forward. But what I did is I rounded off this headstock myself. I cut it. I aged it myself so that it looks like a Fender. Oh yeah, and inside, Tex-Mex. The pickups are Tex-Mex. All of this used to be a loaded Tex-Mex pickguard. I think it came in white. Bridge, it's Fender. It's a Fender bridge. And with the leftover parts, do you know what I did? Hello. This guy. This is a 99 Chinese Squire with rosewoods and everything. But hey, look at it. This pickguard, this is Fender anodized gold. It's stupid for anybody to pay this amount of money for a pickguard. The pickups in this, they are Fender Yosemite. The plastics are the Fender aged plastic set. The bridge, of course, Fender. I'm a Fender guy, right? Like I aspired. I wanted a Fender, and I wanted a specific Fender, and I made this. But I wanted it to say Fender on the headstock. I am aware that this may be a bit, stupid, but this is just the way it is. But in order for somebody like me to get there, to wanting it, I had to go through some other steps before. I would not have been able to get this if these other brands hadn't made these guitars at this entry point level. I couldn't have made this guitar if I hadn't tried a million other necks, 7, 8. I saw this video by Tim Pierce. It's Monday evening right now as I'm filming it in Copenhagen, so probably everybody has said their piece on this. But I just wanted to chip in. So it started with me seeing that video and realizing how aggressive they have become at this. For something that is, in the US, as far as I understand, this is public domain. So like this shape. And they're trying to justify it as art. To me, as a vulgar person, it seems like the guy that invented silicone implants, breast implants, sending a cease and desist letter to every OnlyFans model. Because it's art. And it's the art I wanted to do. There's arguments to the other brands existing. They exist because there's a space in the market. This move is destroying loyalty. At this point, I'm like, do I even want to play a Fender? Should I sell it right now just because it says Fender on it? I won't, but you get the point. It's a passionate argument that I'm making about it, but hey, if that's not your thing, see ya. This is how we roll. That's what I do. I think this move hits on that organic, very subtle thing that we had. Our heroes. It's not hard to see what's going on here. Right? The ones that we grew up with, they played these guitars. And of course we want to emulate them. We want to be able to play like them. And for a second, feel that thing that they felt when we hold this kind of guitar, right? After a while, of course, you realize you can't come up with that because you're not Gilmour, you're not Knopfler, you're not John Mayer, you're not SRV, you're not Hendrix. It's like, you have to do your thing. And this is the point. This is the point where you discover your own voice through the guitar. But that initial thing, that initial seed, that's been sown. That's gonna grow. That seed just turned sour, for me at least. It's now to play the devil's advocate, and maybe this whole thing is catalyzed by the fact that everything guitar is it's all kind of on a downward slope, which, hey, this is just the way things roll. They have their ups and downs, but I think it's a bit more than that. First, I think that it's a move for the future. I think it's, a bit heavy-handed, and it's a bit rushed, and it's a bit catalyzed by this thing that they have in the US of you don't necessarily have in Europe, and it works out a different way. So there may be this proclivity to suing in the US. But I think it's a move for the future, because think about it. If Fender is the only thing that makes a Strat, then they're hedging their bets on the next 20 years, the next 10 years. I know there was a time in the 50s when we couldn't get, on this side of the Atlantic, we couldn't get American-made amplifiers and instruments. That did spark a lot of progress. That's how we got Marshall and other things. So I think they're hedging their bets on increasing the brand value for the future, for the longer run. And that may be so. Only time will tell. But in any case, I think this is a sad day. It's a break in trust, which seems to be a leitmotif of this year. It's a disappointment. I wish these companies would understand that it's because the brand name is there on the headstock. Not for everybody, for some of us. It's because it says that on the headstock. I wanted a real Fender. How do you feel about this? Yeah, but that was it. That's what I had on my mind, and I wanted to share with you. I have a feeling that you may have some opinions. Let's just put them down in the comments. We'll be resuming the regular programming next week or whenever. And like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, and have a good day or night, depending on the rotation of your location.